Hey, seventh graders, it's me, Mr. Stark. It is Friday, and we're be doing a third in our set series of water labs that are used for our scientific method. Still, another very simple thing that you can do at home. All you need is a glass of water, another glass of water, so you can fill up the one glass of water so it's brimming over, and paper clips some paper clips. So one of the things that you can see here in these little pictures, these are water molecules. They have an oxygen and they have two hydrogens, so they have a positive and a negative end. And then here's another water molecule with a positive and a negative end, and the positive and negative ends are facing towards each other. So opposites attract. So the positive end of the water molecule is always attracted to the negative end of the water molecule, and that's going to be a big, understanding that will be a big thing for knowing why these these water labs work. The jumping paper, the scared pepper, and the floating paper clip. That's a big key into how they all work. Okay, so I'm going to scroll this up. The procedure says fill the cup completely full of water to the point where there's a small bulge over the top. Take a paper clip and gently place it on the edge of the glass into the middle of the water. If you are careful, the paper clip will float. And if you have trouble with this one, try a different glass or a little bit more water in the glass. So let's try this. So we have a beaker of water here in front of me. And then you could use any old common glass, and this is just a little plastic cup. You could even use this. It'll work fine too. Okay, we'll try it both ways. So very slowly fill this up until the water is brimming out over the top of the beaker. And I'm going to turn this around because I'm right-handed and let that settle down. And add some more water to it. Fill her up as much as I can. And you can see right here that there's actually a little bit of water bulging over the front lip. I think I'm gonna try it the other way with the other cup. Okay, I think this might work better. See, this way. You have a nice lip all the way around. And there you can kind of see that the cup is overflowing with water, and then it stopped at some point. You can see on the front edge here that there is a nice lip, curved lip on the surface of the water where it's grabbing the cup, and the water molecules are sticking to each other. So I'm going to very carefully set this on the surface of the water, push it on, and you can see that the water the paperclip actually floats. And if you were to get the right angle on this, one of the things that I want you to look for is you can see that the water actually bends around the paperclip. So I really want you to look at how the water bends around the paperclip here. We can actually pull this around. So the water is actually floating on the surface of the water, and the water is actually bending around the paperclip. We're back here. We're back on the floating paperclip paper. After we've practiced this and played with this a little bit, there's some questions I want you to answer. Why did the paperclip float rather than sink? And you can, like I said before, you can see that the paperclip was actually sitting on top of the water. The water was bending around the paperclip. What allowed the water to hold together, to stick together, and allow that paperclip to float? And if the paperclip is bent out of shape, does it float at all? So change the shape of the paperclip. Maybe do something like this and change the shape like that, and then see what happens when you put it on top of there. Try this with some other objects at home. Okay. We tried, so they suggest upside down tacks with that are like little tiny boats. The pointy side down tacks. Hairpins, the ones you put in your hair. A paneling nail. How about a pin? A penny. A fork. Okay, try and see if you can get other things to float on the surface of the water. And remember that the floating is caused by the attraction between the water molecules. That's very important understanding to know why and understand why the paperclip floats.